Hi, my friend. It was the epitome of the services of Yom Kippur, right before the final davening, the final tefillah, the final prayer, the fifth prayer of Yom Kippur, Ne'ilah. The rabbi is about to start service when he sees Yankel is coming towards him. He says, Yankel, well, what's going on here? Can we talk tomorrow? This is not the right time to do. Yankel said, Rabbi, it's an emergency question. Please, Rabbi, could you give me permission on Yom Kippur? You're not allowed to eat or drink. Could you please give me permission to drink a cold seltzer? Rabbi said, I'm sorry, Yom Kippur, you're not allowed to drink. Rabbi, please, I'm begging you. I've never been thirstier than this in my whole life. The rabbi says, but Yankel, I'm sorry. Yom Kippur, we cannot drink. I cannot find any loophole. Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. Is it a life-threatening? No. Seeing no recourse, so Yankel turns around, and the rabbi hears him muttering under his breath, next year, Yom Kippur, I'm not going to eat salty herring in the morning. And today the Alter Rebbe is going to discuss the last part, hopefully, of this Maimer, the last installment, the sixth installment, and that's going to be culmination. We discussed what davening is, what tefillah is, and what is learning Torah, and we discussed a little bit b'chol ma'idcha what tshuva is, and Alter Rebbe is now going to explain why tshuva is so powerful. And to explain it with a mashal, just, can you see this? Over here on one side we have Rabbi Yankel in the desert. He's thirsty. And here we have Yankel with a cup of water. Now, if he wasn't in a desert, a cup of water is a cup of water. He doesn't appreciate it. But when someone's in a desert, when it's very thirsty, you appreciate the cold water much, much greater. Like cold water on a very thirsty soul. We're holding on page Pevav, the second paragraph, V'hinei. Who's the one that could develop such an awesome love to God that's called Avarabba, who Abal Tshuva, only Abal Tshuva. So normally, I would think Abal Tshuva is on a lower level than a tzaddik. A tzaddik is a perfect person that never sinned, never did an Avera. And Abal Tshuva is someone that sinned. So who would be on a higher level? I would think that the Baal Tshuva is on a lower level. Says the Alter Rebbe, originally he was on a lower level when he was in the desert. But once he comes back to regular land, he's greater than a tzaddik. Why? In a certain sense, he's greater than a tzaddik because now he has such a thirst for godliness, such a desire. Since he was in the opposite extreme, his soul was in a spiritual, desolate, and tiring land. Like David HaMelech says in Tehillim, and he called out to Hashem and said, Hashem, please help me. Then it will be revealed to him such an awesome and amazing love, such a strong love that he's ready to expire. His soul's ready to leave his body, that he wants to just be connected to Hashem. And this is what it says. But through tefillah, I don't get such a love. Through Torah, I don't get through such a love because it's coming through the tzimtzum. It's a limited Ohr that I'm connecting to. But through tshuva, because I was so thirsty, I was in a desert, therefore I'm able to connect at such a high level. And this is what the pasuk tells us. Pare literally means he advanced. Hikriv means he advanced. And the Medrash tells us, for Amru Razal, our sages tell us, it doesn't just mean that he advanced his army. Pare made the Jewish people connect to God strongly. Like it's the famous saying is, there isn't an atheist in a foxhole. When I'm in a foxhole, all of a sudden I get connected to Hashem even stronger. So this is where the Alter Rebbe is concluding the explanation. We said we had the question, how could it be kisisa b'nei Yisrael lifkudeim? The Jewish people's head are being lifted up because of their sins. How could a sin lift you up? So obviously we're not advocating to sin. Don't do an avera. But if you did it already, now you're able to connect to Hashem at an even stronger level. And that's why this love is called ma'od. Like our sages tell us, when Hashem created the world, and he saw, and it was very good. So Toiv is the angel of life. Very good, that's the angel of death. Very good is the angel of death. The angel of death is very bitter. The answer is because the angel of death, the Yetzer Hara, Our Chachamim tell us that Yitzhara Penina l'shem shamayim niskavnu. Who was Penina? Penina, she was married to Elkanah. Elkanah had two wives, Chana and Penina. And Penina had many children. I believe it was 10. And Chana had 0. Now, the problem was that Chana had trust in Hashem. Since she trusted in Hashem, she never complained. She never asked Hashem. So Penina wanted to get her to daven. So what did she do? She teased her. She teased her and made her feel she kind of like scratched the scab that she had on her soul. The emotional, psychological, and emotional scab that she doesn't have any children. It's very painful for a mother that can't have children for many years. So therefore, Chana davened to Hashem very strongly, and because she was in so much pain, so Penina knew, I'm going to put Chana through pain, very deep emotional pain. But her intentionality was that Chana should become connected to God even stronger. So to Malach HaMaves, through doing an Avera, the Malach HaMaves tells me I should sin, convinces me to sin. But through doing an Avera, I connect to Hashem even stronger. Because the Yitzhara pushed me and manipulated me and seduced me to do an Avera, now I'm in a thirsty place. The Yitzhara put me into the desert. Since I'm in the desert, now I have a very big desire and thirst for godliness. Now I can understand this idea of the left is under my hedge. Through that there's a smeldecha. Hashem is supposed to be pushing us away with the left hand, which denotes Gevura, Shaya by Mitchila, which was in the beginning, Al Ken Yarim Reish. Therefore, my head gets uplifted. And I uplift myself through the service of the soul, meaning to say I can reach this level of Ma'od, this awesome love to Hashem. And Tanya, the Alter Rebbe explains the advantage of gold over silver. Why? And the level of shuv that after this is the level of imina techabkeni. The right hand is Torah mitzvahs, which is chesed and kindness and water, which descends from a higher place to a lower place. And they hug a person just like a person hugs his friend from the back and doesn't let him fall. So too, by way of a mashal, Torah mitzvahs descend to the level of acharayim, being clothed in physical matters. The Adam to hold the person that he shouldn't fall. When he turns after davening of his day-to-day life, we should turn from bad and do good. The tzitzis come from a very high place. In other words, Torah mitzvahs don't really start in my world. Torah mitzvahs are really a spiritual idea, spiritual experience. Hashem did me a favor and He lowered it down that I should have a physical tzitzis. I should wear physical tefillin. The 4 parshas of tefillin connected chachma ubina. The the 4 parshas of tefillin are corresponding to the chesed and gvura of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Parsha Rishon Kadosh Lichol Bechar is the chachma. The first parsha of Kadosh Lichol Bechar hints the chachma. Parsha Shniya Kishol Chavincha Mazayis Sheinu He's Beinunus Dekaim L'Sheila. And this second parsha of Kishol second parsha of Kishol Chavincha Mazayis is referring to his Beinunus, which is meditation, is the idea of a question. Parsha Shema Mefurish Ba V'Hafta. The parsha Shema says clear as Ba V'Hafta. It's chesed. The parsha of Hayim Shemai specifically says, watch yourself. That's the idea of Gevura, of putting limits. That's what we say, I'm not explaining this at great length because it's not the main topic of this mimer. The main topic of this mimer is that through small tachas through the sinning, I connect to Hashem on a deeper level. So that's what it says when Hashem gave the Torah, gave us the tablets. It says that Mount Sinai, Har Sinai, was full of fire and full of smoke. It was full of smoke because Hashem descended on it with fire. What's the idea of Har Sinai? Why was it called Mount Sinai? Why did it get this name? That there was when Hashem gave us the Torah. Now the Jewish people, there's a hatred towards anyone who serves idolatry. Which idolatry is the idea of evil. It's the opposite of serving Hashem. And this says, I hate completely, and he's disgusted by evil. Why is there such a hate? It comes about because Hashem descended on it. Because there's drawn on godliness with a fire. Is a fiery law. That's the fiery law is to fall on the head of the Rishayim to punish them. Just like wax melts in front of fire. If you light a candle, the wax melts. So to the wicked people, you don't have to do anything proactive. You just light a candle, automatically they burn, they melt away. That's I call him kol mitzvahs. So to all mitzvahs, and tzedakah keneged kulam. Tzedakah is equal to all mitzvahs. Tzedakah to them guy, because it says in the pasuk, tzedakah lifts up the nation. That I should hug and I should hug Hashem, so to speak. When I give tzedakah, I'm hugging Hashem, and I should not be separated. I shouldn't be turned backwards. I should be with Hashem face to face. That's explains something else. That's why it says that each person should give their atonement for a soul when he's recalled. In other words, when I have a pekadon, when I'm missing something, because I did an aver, I sin, then the way I fix it is by giving tzedakah. Look what we said in another place in the pasuk, lift the head to their skulls. So in short, the Alter Rebbe basically concludes this Maimer. The question was, how could it be that through a negativity, through smile, which is gevura, which is stringency, which is punishment, how could that be kisisa, I lift my head up? The answer is because obviously you shouldn't do an avera lechatchila, but because I sin, now I could connect Hashem on a deeper level. The ma'od. Have a wonderful day.